Good morning, everyone. I had a very interesting dream this morning. I wanted to hurry up and get this out as soon as possible. Um, it's a personal dream, but I also feel that it had a lot of meaning to it. I had a dream that I went to my aunt's house, and as I was at her front door, her youngest son interrupted me, and he wanted to, I don't know what was going on with him, but he wanted to fight and kind of push me around, and so, I fought back with him and knocked him down and got into the house. And as I walked around the house, my aunt was packing. She was packing the entire house, and she said, "I'm selling the house. I'm leaving." And so I kind of followed around with her, and then I met, which I guess would be my great 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 grandmother. And she was well, I had this impression that she was Jewish, and I went up to her, and it looked like she was preparing something, I don't say she was preparing a feast, but she was definitely preparing food for a group. And I asked her if she could teach me or tell me some stories, and I never got to finish. And she knew what I wanted to ask, and she started. I don't know. She was trying to. I guess it was like a lesson or something about God. And what she said, that what it does is that it brings the Lord into your home. And I'm not exactly sure what she was doing. I'm Christian. That, as far as I know, there's no Jewish people in my family. But she was holding this. It looked like some square box, something, I don't know. And there looked like there was about some cloth with it, maybe about a napkin size length, or maybe a little bigger, and some strings or cords or something. And she had it in her right hand above her head, and she was talking to me about, I don't even really know what it was she was saying, but at the moment, like in my dream, they weren't even opening their mouths. I was just getting the information, but it seemed like they were talking. And I thought it was pretty awesome, and I was like, I need to teach my girls this. That's a different way of being able to explain the Lord and whatnot to them that they may enjoy. And then while we're just talking and stuff, my aunt's just going back, and I really didn't stop much to kind of visit or anything. She was just rushing and rushing and rushing, and she goes, it's time, we have to get ready, we have to prepare. And she's getting everything done. She's like, it's time for us to go. And then I went to the bathroom in my dream, and when I was in there, I thought I heard a cat cry. And I have weird dreams, sorry, but and I seen like a little paw by a cabinet. I opened the cabinet, and there was a cat in there, and the cat had been, I guess it was their cat that they had lost or thought they lost, and I don't know if it got caught in there, somebody crammed it in there, but it had been in there for a while, and it was pretty starved. And the odd thing about it is, how Jewish men have a little cap on the top of their head. The cat had the same kind of shape thing on the top of his head, and I thought that was really odd. And then so I let the cat out, and then I was back to learning with the grandma, and we were making like it looked like a treat or something, and I remember forgetting the popsicle sticks to go in it, and she said no, that was fine. She was just so sweet and kind and caring and loving, and I had a very strong sense that she had a great love of the Lord. And I remember at that time I felt a presence behind me, and I turned, and it was my ex-husband, and he looked like he was drunk or something. He had a very, evil look about his face, very dark, and I told him he couldn't be here, that he had to leave, and he's like, give me a kiss, and I was like, no, you need to leave. And it's like, my grand just took care of everything. She kicked him right out of the house, and she shooed him down the hallway, and I didn't even go after. I just let her take care of it. And I heard her tell him that he was not welcome here, and she made him leave. And I remember him like kind of yelling at her, cursing at her, and I don't know if he tried to hit her or not, but she took care of him and got him out. And so she was very protective, and feisty old lady. And then my aunt had stopped. She goes, it's time to go. The house is sold. It's time to go. We have to leave. And I said, well, where are you going? Because I want to be able to come and visit. I want Gran to be able to teach me. She goes, I really enjoyed her teaching, and I wanted to learn more. And they both smiled at me. And then my cousin, her youngest son, came into the house, and I was like, oh, because how he had reacted earlier, and he told me he was sorry, that something about he wanted just to test me, something about his strength or whatever, and I was like, what? And then my grand said that he had cancer, and then I realized, or had the sense that he was battling with a very serious type of cancer, or terminal type cancer, which as far as I don't know anything about him having that, but we were on Facebook, but we don't really keep in contact, and that was interesting. And then my Aunt Bev, and I started repeating, I was like, well, where are you guys going? Where are you moving to? And she told me where, but I didn't. And I remember saying, well, where's that? And I have no clue what it was. From when I woke up, that was just taken from me. Just the same as whatever situation was going on with the whole thing she was teaching me, it was kind of taken from me. And so then I told myself I wanted to be able to go, but I didn't know where they were going to. And then they said that my Uncle Mark, my aunt's husband, that he wasn't going, that he wasn't going, that he'd left to be with some man in a band, and that he wouldn't be going with them. And then I said, well, that's funny, because my dad, he left to be with some man that was at a restaurant, which he hasn't done that, but that's my dream that he was saying. And then they said, well, we have to go, and it's time, we have to go. And then they left, and here I was walking around the house, and everything's packed up. I mean, there's little messes here and there, like it would be if you'd packed your house in a rush, but everything's packed up. But they left, but they took nothing with them. And I was thinking, well, are they going to come back and get their stuff? And then I woke up, and wherever it was, I was told where they went, but it like I said, it was taken from me. I don't have no memory of it. I tried my best to remember it. Before I really even had my eyes open, it was gone. And then whatever teaching she was teaching me, that was such a great teaching, I don't understand that neither. I knew it was something good, but it's gone as well. But now the interesting thing is, my aunt is dead. My aunt died of cancer 10 years ago. I never even met that great grandma. She's, of course, passed away as well. And the uncle that supposedly went away with some guy, he died a year after she did, or roundabouts. And of course, the only other people in that I had talked about was my cousin, and as far as I know, he's still kicking, and don't know if he has any kind of cancer or anything, which I'll look into. But and then me talking about my dad. Now the thing is, my dad is dead as well. My dad died that same year that my aunt died. So I don't know if they meant my biological father, or which was her brother, or if they meant my stepdad, which is still alive, which is with my mom. So I don't know, but I had a really strong sense when I woke up that was the dead in Christ rapture, and that they are leaving now. That's the impression that I had. Just wanted to let that you guys know and pray about it. I'm praying for confirmation on it, but that was a very, very interesting dream. God bless you all.